to the channel, guys. In the last video you saw there's no car in my garage. It's out there. Just got back on a nice little cruise. I've put on probably, I don't know, 20 or 30 miles since we got it out of the garage. There is a surprise coming up really soon on this car, maybe in this video, I would hope. Depends on how long shipping takes, but overall I think the car's looking pretty good. Just went and gave it its first wash since the rebuild, or since the transplant, and also swapped over all of the tuning software, managed to change the email and the account information to mine, and change the password because my brother was pretty big on just using the suggested super strong passwords, and thank goodness his computer had the wallet on there that saved everything, because I was able to go in, manage the profile, send an email verification to myself through HP Tuners, and take over the account. So I've got 6 credits with HP Tuners. I was able to get it linked up to my laptop, which is much newer and runs a lot quicker, using the Bluetooth technique on the little OBD2 plug. It's a little OBD2 plug that you can either USB attach through a USB-C USB cable, which is just slightly too short, or you can excuse me, you can hit the Bluetooth button and connect it to your computer if your computer allows for that kind of, if it allows to connect to Bluetooth devices, which is what I did. And it was a lot easier to lay it on the passenger seat and do data logging through one of the tuners. I can't remember his name, but I will give him a shout out and post a link once the car is fully tuned, because as of right now I discovered that it's on the break-in tune still, just with the dates and the way they matched up on the HP Tuners profile. He never got past the first break-in tune, which you're not supposed to push the car in the break-in tune. So I took it on, and I created a file for an idle log. Then I took it on just a cruise drive with one pull, about maybe 10 pounds of boost, and then sent those 2 logs along with the car read log to the tuner. I'm pretty sure he's in Canada, and he's going to check those out and then send me back something with a little bit of a tweak, and then we'll run that and see if the car responds a little bit better. Right now I'm just trying to, it's a little finicky off the line, so you have to really over rev it to get the car to go without any kind of jerking or clutch like bucking. So a little bit easier off the line, work on a little bit of throttle response. Just the quarter throttle, it's not very responsive, so I don't know if that's a common thing with these cars, but this one seems pretty dead, and then all of a sudden it's just on. So maybe it could be the throttle body that I put in there too. Just a couple little minor tweaks as far as the reaction time. But yeah, it was a pretty surreal drive. And what we're gonna do in this video, there's a couple things, but we're gonna start, we have to take off the rear bumper and replace the bumper that that's rusted out on this one, because this one right there, that car has to be gone. I told the wife within a week, and it's been, well, this is week 2. So if I get rid of it this week, then I think I might get some kudos for that. So really, I think it's pretty much complete. I just want to make sure I don't need the brackets, and then we'll go through the other car again one last time, and then I'll call the junkyard and say la vie. Also kind of throwing around some ideas. I do like this plate. It is very commemorative, but I may actually retire it after the car is fully tuned. And I wanted to go with a theme. I was thinking like Dark Lord or Darth Vader or just Vader. I don't know. I think I like Vader, just Vader, if that's available, just to go with the black theme. So, and it is pretty evil. So I kind of like that. Either that or DRK LRD. My wife might not like that though, or my daughter. So we'll see. Anyways, got to get to work. So let's take that bumper off. Okay, well, when you think you hit record and it just takes a picture, I guess I have a good thumbnail now. But this is a good sign. We got the rear bumper off. There's a diffuser here that's like a windscreen, and the bumper goes underneath that, sets in, and then clips to the bottom of it down there along the bottom. Then there's clips all along here, and you just have to take the inner mount for the fender well out, and then these two screws, and then it just slides right here. Oh, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3. Once you take these out, it slides right off. But as you can see, that crash bar is got some extensive rust on it, so I cracked all the nuts loose, and we will go get a wire brush, clean them off so that they don't break the studs whenever we take it off. All right, we got her coated, so we're gonna let it dry, and then we'll throw it back on. Okay, just a quick video segment here before I go pick up my son, but got her all rust proofed, polished the exhaust tip, put in the hitch, and gotta close up shop for right now because I gotta get back, make dinner, and then go to a board meeting. But got the majority of it done. Everything's rust proofed and it's reinstalled. There was a little bit of corrosion on the other one, but not half as bad, so I put some of that rust stuff on there in hopes that it'll hold for a little while. And then yeah, so that's gonna be it for today. All right, we got the rear bumper back on, rust proofed, polished up a little. Everything seems to be good. Mounted on nice and tight. Hell of a lot more sturdy than it was. Doesn't sag on the exhaust, which is nice. So should be good. Hope to hear back from the tuner soon. Next up, we should be able to put a little more of a dial in on the tune and go for another drive. Alright guys, it's a week or so later. We are in the car. I'm working with Chris Zielinski from Player 3 Performance in Alberta, Canada. Super nice guy, very easy to work with. Sent a couple tunes to me, and I just downloaded like the third one. We had to reconfigure some stuff, but I wanted to show you how to get your tunes from your email into the vehicle. So this is using HP tuners. Okay, so he sent me the email with the tune on it. I click on the tune and download it. It automatically saves if you're using Microsoft Outlook. Automatically saves. You select what file you want it to go into. For me, I just have on here, you go to, when you download your VCM suite, which that's all in the instructions of the setup, you go to Documents and then HP Tuners, and then let's see here, I think I have it saved under Logs and Tuners, but VCM Scanners where some of the stuff is, but Logs and Tunes, oh, we'll go back here. Should probably just use the arrow since I have sausage fingers. Logs and tunes, and these are my logs that I've done so far. So he's got it nice and organized. So this is the one that we just put in, 1.3 stock injectors, because we initially thought that my brother had put 750cc injectors in this, but when they rebuilt it, they never put those in. So the shop that rebuilt it fails again, and I called them and they claim not to have them. So hopefully we can find them at his house. Otherwise, he got screwed out of $400 worth of really good injectors. Anyways, this will automatically save when you download it, as long as you've been in this file before. Otherwise, you'll need to find the destination and then select the folder you wanted it to go into, and then every tune that you have from that same email, the computer should remember just to put it in this same file. Once you have it saved in the HP Tuners file, you go into your VCM editor, which initially when you open it up, it's this blank screen, and then you just hit the file folder up there and select, get out of there, select the tune that you want. So you click on this, and then it automatically opens up the HP tuner file, and you select which one you want, which we double clicked on the stock injector one there at the bottom. I already did it. We're just letting the car warm up. Once it's in here, you plug in your OBD2 port, run the cable to the computer. You need to be on Wi-Fi. I'm close to my house, so as long as you're all ready to go and you've updated your drive, then you just click on this icon right here, or sorry, this one, and it will be bolded whenever the car is plugged in to write the vehicle, and then the box will pop up to write vehicle, and you just click on write, and then it takes about 2 minutes to upload, and your tune is then on the car. You just cycle your ignition per the instructions on the screen, and then you're good to close that box. Now, then, if you want to run a log, which is what I'm going to do next, you pull up your VCM scanner, and then this links to the car. It's a little wonky the way this setup works, because it won't Bluetooth to the beta platform, and it won't download or write the tunes on the car with the updated platform. So I have to download and write the car on beta and then go into the updated platform to get it to link for my drive logs, so I don't have a cord running across my lap. So what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna go ahead and connect the vehicle. So there's a little Bluetooth button on here. You just press and hold it till it starts flashing blue. And then come over here, hit the little vehicle icon, connect to vehicle. It'll open the interface, half the time it fails the first time, and then you just hit it again and it'll connect. But looks like I had enough of a delay talking that it just automatically connected to the vehicle. Now that it's connected, you hit the red button up here to start logging. So I'm going to hit that. It'll pull up your RPMs and all your parameters, and then you just go for a drive the whole time. When you get back, you hit the blue square and it automatically saves that into your HP Tuner drive logs or data logs folder. So I'll show you that when we get back. We're going to go for a drive to test this tune out. Hopefully it doesn't suck. Well, that first one couldn't even get out of the driveway. So sent it back to him. He sent me an updated file. I'll take you through the whole process this time. So here's your tuner. I'm going to plug this cable into the tuner like that. Put it in the OBD2 port. Make sure it's in there good. I don't plug it in yet until I bring up the software. I'll go ahead and turn the key on to the on position. Turn the radio off. Let it cycle. And then I'll turn you around here, show you what I'm doing. Okay, so here's my email. This guy, 1.3B, that's the most recent. Click on it. Paste it in there. Close that. Toss with this one on and let me know, he says. All right, cool. So go back here. Open up the file. Select CSRT4 1.3B. And you will see up here, it's got the file loaded in the system. So at this point, I will take the USB, plug it in, and then we hit, you can do this two different ways. You can go to flash, right vehicle, or you can just click on that little red arrow, but we'll just click on that. Box pops up, right and tire, yes, right. Car starts beeping and doing its thing. So we'll circle back. Usually takes about 2 or 3 minutes to upload this, and we'll see how it runs. All right, got a little free time today, so trying to get it tuned. Started sputtering really bad after we went back to the injector adjustment. I noticed that they were the Simon's Deca injectors, which I think are the stock injectors, so communicated that to the tuner, and he made an adjustment and it ran like shit after that, sputtering really bad. So today got a little time, decided to pull the plugs. Check this out. So these are the plugs that came out, all black, kind of roasted, obviously running super rich, but look at the alignment of the tops. It's all shifted. That one's okay, this one's shifted, this one's shifted. There's like fragments of shit on the top where the spark was hitting. So this is probably my culprit. I gapped them. I looked up on the caliber support group what the gapping should be for like 15 pounds of boost ish, and they said 0.4 or 0.024 to 0.26, so right in this little range here. And these fuckers are 0.41 or 0.041, so way off. Hopefully that does the trick. Let's get this cleaned up and we'll jump back in and test out the new tune and see if it actually idles a little bit better. All right, we're in the car. Make sure that this is secured. That should be all right. Ripped some of the tint off on the windshield, trying to get that thing mounted. One more thing to clean up. Anyways, the rev seems a lot better with the new spark plugs. Doesn't seem to want to bottom out. I'm recording on the log, so let's cross our fingers and hope that did the trick. Probably not. Okay, we are here after work. Day 2 of tuning. I hooked up with a new tuner. Player 3 performance was just not working for this car. So I went ahead and paid Mr. Mario Caminati to tune the car. Does its thing. This takes about, turn it back on. And that tune is loaded. So then you just hit close, and then I just minimize this and I'll unplug my unit, but I'll open up my VCM scanner, and then I Bluetooth in on the regular updated VCM suite under the scanner, and it will Bluetooth under that, and then I can link the VCM scanner for the drive logs on the regular one, but it won't connect to the scanner on the beta scanner via Bluetooth. It has to be plugged in the whole time, which is weird. But anyways, at this point, you just turn the car on. And then you would hit the red button on the top to start logging. So on this, he wants me to let the car run for about 10 minutes and then go for a drive and log the drive. So I've got that loaded up. I'm going to go ahead and let it run for a minute to cycle the tune that I just uploaded onto it, and then we'll come back out and drive it. All right, here we go. Tune number 4. All right, well, it is about a week later. These are in like week-long segments. Anyways, I ordered something when I first started working on this car, and it finally came. It took for freaking ever. I'll give you a little bit of a review of the fiasco, but let's see what these things look like. Check it out. All right. Got some wheels. And tires. Tires came with the car, or came with the wheels. They're cheap, so we'll probably end up burning them off. And then putting some Nitos on it again, or some Pirellis. But we got some ESR wheels. I guess for the price I paid for these, it was kind of worth the wait because I was working on the car the whole time. But it did take them for freaking ever. I thought I had actually replied to a spam ad. But let's see. Oh yeah. And of course they didn't put the freaking red sticker on it, of course. But that's etched, and I think I'll probably paint that red. These are freaking sick. I'm excited. Hell yeah. Those will look good on there. All right, it's a couple weeks later, almost a month. We got the wheels on the car. I'll show you a picture right now. So it looks pretty good. One of the coilovers is seized, so I'm gonna have to pull that off as soon as I get some free time. It's starting to get really cold outside. We're supposed to get some snow soon, so we gotta clean this freaking garage up so that I can get it inside and continue to work on it through the winter, because it's not going to be driven unless we have a really mild day. So kind of in the finishing stages of the tune with Mario, and shout out to him. Mario I know I'm going to butcher this, but I think it's Caminati or Camati. He's out of California. Catch him on the Facebook CSRT4 forum, and I'll try to post a link to his email. If you message through Modern Performance, they'll refer you right to him, and that's just modernperformance.com. Oh yeah, mituning.com. So Mario at mituning.com. Payment up front, knows exactly what he's doing, as long as you know what's going on with your car. So just send him the details of the car, send him a read file, and he'll send you something back as far as a baseline, and then you'll start from there. I'm on tune number 6 that I should be down plugging into the car this weekend using HP tuners. So Mario is the man. May take a little while to get a response, but definitely knows his shit. As far as next steps on the car, so I'm kind of in paint prep right now. My father-in-law's got a heated garage, so I'm trying to get the clear coat down even. Started on the top here. It's looking pretty good. I got an eraser wheel in the mail. The reason I'm using this one is it's another part off of Jason's car, and 2, all of the mounts are on here. If you can remember from the previous videos, one of the mounts on my black wing was broken, and I had to use some what did I use? I used like plasti weld to put the mount back in there, and then it's holding pretty damn good, but I don't want any janky mounts or anything. Plus I'm going to take some rubber bushings and go around the outsides edges of this one, so when I mount it on, it'll be super solid, because those tend to bounce around a lot. So I got this gun on Amazon. Comes with instruction manuals and suggested PSIs for your nozzles, and what nozzles to use for what paint that you're doing. But this is the InnoCraft Drizzle Pro. This is what we're going to paint with. We're going to paint over at my father-in-law's in his heated garage. I'm going to take the parts that I'm going to do first are the front bumper, this wing, and the hood. Do a 500, then I'll hit it with a 600 hand sand with this as my insulator. We'll do that to the hood this and the front bumper. And if that turns out, then we'll do the rest of the car when the weather breaks and we don't have to use a ton of energy to heat. So I did find one of the eyelids, so we'll paint that too. And then I'm hopeful that the other eyelid, I remember maybe throwing one in here. I remember coming across one whenever we picked the car up. I just can't remember where I put it. Replacement headlights, because the ones that are on it have broken mounts and they're Gorilla Glued. What else? Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and keep sanding on this, and we'll come back once we have the garage organized and the car in here and we're ready to take the front bumper off and start working on that. All right, guys, we are back. It is cold as shit out. Got a little Thanksgiving time off. Did a little project for a friend and then got this car in because it's supposed to snow. We're back on jack stands. I have the front wheels off because I'm taking the front bumper off because we're going to sand this thing down. So we need to deconstruct this front bumper, take the fog light inserts out. I am undecided. I think I may paint all of it, so including the grill. Went for a ride yesterday for the first time on these wheels and tires, and I did get the TPMS sensors installed before. Went Mopar with those, ordered them on eBay because they were less than half the price if I were to get them at the install place. But the wheel fitment is really good. Kind of sits just outside the fender well. I have to take this coilover off because it is seized and this side is riding lower than the other side. We don't have any rub. This is a plus 22 offset on a 19 with 245 40 19 tires. 245 40 19. Yep. So these fit really good. There's zero rub, so that gives me a little bit more confidence to go ahead, and we need to install the new fender wells that we got. So I think at the same time, there's a couple different things we want to do aside from just the front bumper. We're going to not only take the front bumper off, but while we have the wheels off, I don't want to take them off again if I don't have to. So I think I'm going to pull the calipers and repaint these front calipers. And while it's up on all fours, we'll take the backs off maybe and repaint the backs. There's one back here that's not even painted. It's a replacement. So it looks like the bracket's painted, but not the caliper itself. So we'll paint that. And I did get some SRT decals for the calipers. So we'll be able to put a nice black SRT emblem right there. Also got a red SRT grill emblem. That's in the mail. Should be here any day. Headlights. Since the LEDs just don't really comply very well, I have to ride on high beam with these LEDs. They're super bright, but I have to ride on high beam all the time, which defeats the purpose of a fog light. And if I go low beam, then they go in and out. Like this one will shut off and then that one will turn on. So the ballast that is built into these LEDs, it just doesn't comply with the car very well. So, and as you know, you got to take the freaking front bumper off to replace the headlights. So I'm just going to go back to halogen. I got these ZXE golds that are high-end white from AutoZone. We'll just go that route. What else? Probably repaint this. Try to get that a nice clean black. Let's go ahead. We're going to pull off this front bumper and swap out the headlights and then pack up all of our shit and go do some sanding over in the heated garage. Okay, it is a couple days later, Thanksgiving break. Snowy. Just finished shoveling and plowing my in-laws' driveway or my in-laws' garage. It is heated. Forgot my tripod. Mike might have one around here somewhere. I'll have to take a look. But last night, sanded this down. Ridges are pretty much gone. You can see where the clear coat fade was in the light, but you can't feel it, which is what you want. You just can't feel the ridge that you tapered with your fingernail. And that's pretty good. I mean, I kind of hit it a little heavy right here, and I wanted to stop because I don't want this thing to look like shit. This top sheet is ready to go. We still have to sand this down a little bit. You can see this whole line, that's the clear coat peel. And that's how it was all the way across here. Plus there was adhesive stuck to that from the freaking wing that or the lip that he put on there, which we're not gonna do that. I mean, if anything, we eliminate this and get just a different wing altogether to put on the car, which we may do that eventually, but not now. So I've got a clear coat line here along that edge. We got to sand that down, blend it. And then there's a little bit right there and all along here. After that, we should be able to just scuff all this up, and then this will be ready for paint. All right, it took about an hour, but I got the wing scuffed, and it should be ready for some primer and then some paint. All right, forgive me for no time lapse, but this took me damn near all afternoon, probably 3-4 hours to get everything sanded the way I feel comfortable with it. But sheen's pretty much completely off. A lot of the trash that was on this is flat. You can still see it in the light, but I'm hoping that the base coat, I'll put 2 coats of base coat on it, and it should level that out. I've also got some self-etching adhesive promoter that I'll put on there, but for the most part I can't feel it, so it should be pretty good. There were a couple spots that were pretty gnarly right here. You could see that in the paint. It looked like maybe he had used really thick and shitty touch-up paint, but all that is nice and flat, and it should relatively disappear once we repaint this puppy. All right, we are done sanding. I hit everything, wiped it down with mineral spirits, rinsed off some of the other parts. I don't want to forget these. Hit everything with a tack rag, and we are ready, I believe, to start painting. Need the other one. Got a little paint booth set up here. So, got coveralls, got the wing up there. I gotta hit that with a tack rag. It was too high, I didn't even remember it. Bumper is ready. It's on wheels, so I should be able to just turn this as I go. There we go. That'll work. Those will stay. That should stay there. And I'll slide this over. But we're gonna go ahead and we'll put some adhesion promoter on everything, and then do 2 coats of base coat. Gotta wait about 15 minutes in between each, probably 20 minutes or so in between each coat, because it's only about 65, maybe 70 degrees in here. And ideally you want it to be 70 to 80 degrees, so it's an okay temperature. So we'll hit that with adhesion promoter, or with a tack rag, and then we'll do the adhesion promoter. And I sanded everything down with a 600 grit and a Scotch-Brite, which is about 700, a red Scotch-Brite. And this is what we're going to use this is the top coat adhesion promoter. So we'll spray this and then let it set for about 10 minutes. And then we will spray the base coat. So I will check back in, since I don't have my tripod and I don't want to get paint all over my phone, after I do the base coat. All right. A little stinky in here. Got my sweet suit on. Let's see what it looks like. Hopefully it'll lay flat after a minute. But everything is black. Took a minute to get used to the gun, but overall looks pretty good. Still drying, and then I gotta do clear coat. But this is 2 thick coats of black. And it does look like it's gonna be a color match, which is exciting. So laying down pretty good. But I don't see any runs. It's a little bit of orange peel, but it'll kind of level out as it dries. Don't think I missed any spots. A little bit of trash here and there, but not really. Overall, pretty clean. I think I might need to hit this again. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, first paint job in the books. Not too shabby for actually painting the car in a woodworking shop. We'll see how much trash is on it. It's dripping a little bit off the edges. So I laid it on pretty thick, but that stuff I can clean up pretty easy. It's the front that I'm worried about, but it looks like we got a pretty damn good finish on everything. So I got to get out of here. It's late and I still got to plow, but we'll come back tomorrow, see how this dried up.
Hey, Doc, we better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.